Hey, Empress Byron here. Hope everybody is bliss. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be up to the time when the next videos land. Yeah, I'm really asking for people to like the videos. I'm glad that there were a few views going on. Like I said, I put out these videos because I'm divinely led to do so. So whether 2, 3, 20, whatever people watch the videos, it's great. But if you like the video, it means that it gets higher up in the algorithm and my videos get seen by more people, so I'll be able to reach a wider audience, so possibly the message will be more widespread. So please, if you could do that, that would be absolutely wonderful. So first and foremost, I'm just going to be just going over a little spread. I felt like from the other day actually, a little divine feminine and a divine masculine reading. I think I'll split it. I'll do for the divine feminines and then I'll do divine masculine. So overall, yeah, it's been a crazy old time. I would say the last few days have been extremely reflective. I had a powerful full moon in Scorpio meditation with Daryl Whittaker. If you're not following my Instagram, please do. It's at Empress Vibrant, all one word, lowercase. And also follow Daryl underscore Whittaker on Instagram. Because each Sunday dawning at 11 a.m. GMT time officially, we do a tarot and astrology weekly forecast. Yeah, it's just great to be in the building. The recordings are great, but to catch it while it's going on, while it's going down is yeah, it's special. And also follow me on TikTok, and that is at Empress Vibrant 1, the number 1. And you can just see a few more extra content stuff on there. Post daily card, and just a few little extra bits and pieces. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel as diverse as possible, because I do different things across the different platforms. So if you're not following me on one, please follow me on another. So yeah, that helps, you know. But going back to what I was saying, the full moon meditation, the lunar eclipse, was extremely powerful. And I knew there was going to be huge downloads and stuff, because, you know, that was part of the reading that came up and a part of the astrology reading that Daryl broke down, that there was going to be so much review going on, and although there's a Mercury retrograde going on, there is still going to be a pull to look at how you're doing things. If you've already started something, to continue to look at how best you can make it better. Yeah, so it's basically that kind of energy. What I was thinking is just how intense these shifts can be. You know, even for myself, I'm not necessarily a dreamer per se. I have dreamers in my family. I have a partner who is a dreamer. They definitely travel. I know that I travel, but I'm not someone who's like, you know, I tend to have my visions in the daytime. You know, I tend to hear and see things at different times throughout the day. You know, because I channel messages and they just come in. I might not even be asking anything in particular, but the inclination comes through anyway, which I'm very thankful for. I had this real huge download, and it was really quite intense. I've had a lot of purging. My stomach was in lots of knots, and I felt like a shift was happening, and you know, I slept so deeply, and I travelled and I woke up tired because of the place that I was taken, the things that I was led to see, hear and feel. It was mainly coming out of it was the feelings. And then when I was able to watch things, speak to people, then things started to come into play. It started to make sense. I was starting to get the clarity that I've been looking for. So it's been extremely eye-opening. It was very, very... I say the reason why I say it was quite heavy or thick was because at the time I went in really deep and I felt almost nervous of how deep I was going in. So initially when I first felt that, when I was first going to sleep, I sort of jumped out of it like, ooh, this feels a little bit, what's this about? And then eventually when I actually clapped out, I didn't have no control over what was happening in that moment. And when I woke, I felt extremely tired and I felt drained. My mood was quite low. My head was still very fuzzy. So I say all of that to say possibly what's going on within this time for some of you. There is a lot of woolly head feelings. Maybe you are sleeping a little bit more, or maybe you are someone who is meditating a lot more than usual, or just having more moments of reflection, and then sometimes you might feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more drained, like I said with the purging, possibly, runny noses, tummy doing the most, running back and forth to the loo, just to expel the extra energy, just moving all what no longer serves out of your space. So I've been wanting to do a Divine Feminine reading for a few days, but like I said, I was in a funk and the energy was to just relax and take yesterday easy. I've enjoyed the sun. I've been out. Me and my partner took our baby. We've been up and down this week already. So I have been out. I was out today. Had my legs out. Excuse me. It's been a long time since I've had the pins out. So that was really nice. Excuse me. That was really nice. And I'm excited for what lies ahead in business and in my personal life, and going back to work and seeing how that feels after having a baby. I've got lots of exciting things to look forward to, outings, trips over the summer with friends and family, and also the carnival, Notting Hill Carnival. Listen, after having to be grounded over this, lockdown situation, it's going to feel so nice to just go and shake a tail feather, and just full joy yourself. There was some, nervousness about my weight and how much weight I've put on since having the baby, and shifting the tummy weight, and all of that's played a huge factor in some of how I've been feeling and having to work through, my self-worth and working through, that balance between being a mother and also being a sexual being, being a partner, exploring that and enjoying all the extra energy and everything else that's all been very, very jubbly. And that's helped, intimacy definitely does help when you're in a safe space, to heal through things and to explore things with one another. And, it's helped to shift some of the extra energy and, this, insecure feelings and stuff like that. So it's one of them ones where it's like, hey, well, when man love me the way I stay already, so when I have nothing to worry about, them kind of energy. So that helps. Although I know that I do want to work on my weight. I'm not trying to get down to no too thin because, my structure's kind of, so I don't want to be getting too small. Just talking the very little, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I say all of that to say there is a lot of energy that's going around, a lot of review, a lot of your self-worth coming into play. That divine connection with source may look like um, needing to fast, loss of appetite, sleepy, maybe more bouts of energy than you usually have. But it's all so that you can receive the downloads when our mind's quiet and when we are focused on one thing, or when we are in a space where we're taken somewhere in our sleep, or while we meditate, or while we just sit down and in stillness, that there is huge potential for information, you know, yeah, inspiration from the people around, that divine intervention that happens where you get that epiphany and things like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a little reflection ahead of the reading. But like I said, please like the video. If there's anything that resonates, please share it with someone who you think would resonate with it, or could just do with the words of encouragement or clarification of where they're at the moment. You know, if there's anything that resonates with you, please hit that like button. Like I said, it really does help. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. So I want to first do my psychology cards. That will give me the emotions. You know, it's the emotion card. It's like, what are you feeling? You know, so I want to know overall what the divine feminine energy is. What is the feeling? And please take these messages as they resonate. It's very, very general, so it will not resonate with absolutely everyone. However, keep an open mind. It could be something that is coming up for you in the near future, or something that's already transpired. However, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of what all of this means and pick up some advice and affirmations before, you know, we sign off. So, let's get it. Let's see. What's the feeling? What's the general feeling of the divine feminine? The general feeling of the divine feminine. What is the overall feeling of the divine feminine? Okay, so we have a nice mixed bag actually. So what I'm going to do initially, I'm going to break each card down. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to do them individually. Okay, shall I? Or am I just breaking them down on the phone? Okay, so I'm just going to go through them one by one. I'm going to show you what they are. And each of these cards have a journal prompt. So at the back there are questions that you can ask yourself in relation to how you feel. And if anything resonates, like I said, hit the like button, work through these things. There will be things that will be enlightening to you, and just use them as a way of observation and reflection. Observing yourself is one of the most, can be one of the most scary things, because sometimes the things you're observing isn't necessarily what you consciously realize that you're doing, or yeah, you find out things about yourself and your interactions, and things that sometimes can be a bit unsettling or empowering, and either way it's all a part of the journey. So there is definitely nothing to worry about per se when it comes to where you're at right now and how you're feeling. Okay, so we have brave. We had this for brave came up in the parents reading that I did recently. But I feel like this is a different kind of energy. So it's got brave, I can, and will. I can and will. Okay? Brave, I can and will. Okay? So I can and will. And then we have I feel it too. We are so connected. Empathy. Okay, so some of you are in this space where you're feeling the empathy, you're feeling what somebody else is feeling, and you're feeling connected, you know, to somebody. You can feel them. So like I said, there is going to be some heightened feelings, heightened emotions due to the downloads that's happening and the upgrades that's happening within us throughout this time. And then we've got happy. I smile, I laugh, I bounce. So again, we've got happiness. So we know that we are working towards that. There are some of you that are in this space already. You feel happy. You've got lots to smile about. You're laughing, and you know you've got that bounce, a little pep in your step, which is amazing. So I'm glad that this has come up. So what I'm going to do is yeah, let's go through the journal prompts first, and then we'll break down what these cards mean. Okay, so with brave, I can, I will. So the journal prompts you have here are, you can see if that can focus a little bit. It's going on good before. So the first question is, brave, ask yourself, what does it take to be brave? What does it take to be brave? Yeah, and then it says, what has been your hardest challenge? Number 3, how did you cope? So again, what does it take to be brave? And what has been your hardest challenge? Number 3, how did you cope? So it's got those kind of prompts so that you can have a look at. So what does it take to be brave? You know, sometimes it takes for you to take yourself out of the space where you are concerned with the outcome. Sometimes you know that a thing needs to be said, an action needs to be taken, and sometimes it's not about thinking of the outcome. It's not so much about, again, with this empathy energy where you are fully, you know, trying to quail a situation or trying to appease somebody or trying to make, you know, sugarcoat something. Sometimes it takes for you to be honest. Sometimes it takes for you to be direct. You know, and like again, not looking at what the outcome is going to be, but rather knowing that at the face of it, you know that I've got this message and I've got this action to take, and I know it's divinely led, and I've got to do it irrespective of not having the backative, not having people cheer me on and what's the word for it, almost agree with my stance or want to support, and maybe there might be some opposition. So what does it take to be brave? To not look at the obstacles, you know, not to look at your followers or the naysayers, but rather to just go with what's in your heart and what has been divinely given to you in this moment. So then we have what has been your hardest challenge? So then you can ask that question, what has been my hardest challenge today? You know, and that might be something that's quite difficult to even look at in the first instant, and then you can sort of then look at, well, I was brave in that situation. I did this, this and this. You know, in the midst of fear and anxiety and worry, you know, but I still made that action. I still said what I needed to say. I still stood in my truth. I still left the situation, whatever it is. And then the third question is, how did you cope? How did you cope? And then it starts to really look at the things that make you really look at your strength, really look at your growth. So how did you cope throughout that time? What did you do? What were the things that kept you level? What were the things that made you feel connected? Maybe this just meant that you spent more time with your family. You meditated more. You went out in the outdoors more. There was a lot of that kind of energy going on. And then there's an affirmation that can support you throughout this particular journal prompt. So it says, I am brave, I am strong, and I am fearless. I am my own hero. So again, I am brave, I am strong, and I am fearless. I am my own hero. Okay. Okay. So that actually looks quite good. You can see those prompts there. So that's brave. So let's look at empathy now. I feel it too. We're so connected. And you're going to be saying that a lot because you'll be feeling your friends and your family, your significant other, feeling just the energies around, the collective at this time as well. So possibly there'll be a lot of energy that you feel that might not necessarily be yours, but you can empathize with where someone's headed, or you can empathize with the feeling. And there is a real empathy around the healing and the human experience, which is great. So empathy, I feel it too, we are so connected. So empathy says, ask yourself, who do you feel empathy towards? Who do you feel empathy towards? And this is about really looking at the people around you and the situations and sort of really fine-tuning things and sort of saying, do you know what? I actually got empathy for that person's struggle or for their journey. They had it rough coming up. Maybe they didn't have much direction, much support. Yeah. So we have, So who do you feel empathy towards? Number 2, how does being empathetic affect you? So are you one of those people who are, an empath and you're empathetic about people's journeys? Like I was once upon a time, I would totally absorb, one of my good friends. Whenever she was in a bind, or whenever someone let her down, or whenever she was hurt, it hurt me. And I think that's definitely a sign of somebody who is an empath and somebody who, loves you and stuff. But there is a fine line. I shouldn't have absorbed so much. It would mess up my day that she wasn't okay, and I would take on board the anger and want to fight her cause, or, give her words of encouragement. And sometimes I would just allow her to vent and then just sort of, reaffirm to her that what she was feeling was correct. And yeah, it's an injustice, or yeah, this is, or sometimes it was just like, look, maybe you feel like this, but maybe you're seeing things, in a different kind of way. And sometimes we had to kind of, meet each other in the middle, So how does being empathetic affect you? So really start thinking about that. How does it really affect you? Positive, negatively? Do you find it to be a blessing to be able to feel others? Does that support your emotional intelligence? And this is why people come to you, because they seem to, get the right feedback. They get to, have a genuine air and someone who cares. So what number 3, how can you bring forward this gift in a positive way for the highest good? So being empathetic, empathy. So it says, how can you bring forward this gift in a positive way for your highest good? Okay, and then the affirmation is, we are all connected in universal oneness. I open my heart and soul to those around me with gratitude for divine love and protection. That's amazing. We are all connected in universal oneness. I open my heart and soul to those around me with gratitude for divine love and protection. That's lovely. Okay. see if that will focus a little bit better. Skip that to focus a bit better. Yeah, so I think you can kind of see that. I think we got it better the first time, the other card. However, this is what we're going to get. And I've read them out, so you can use them as and when you want. So I smile, I laugh, I bounce, happy. Okay. So it says happy. Ask yourself, what does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Number 2, when was the last time you felt truly happy? When was the last time you felt truly happy, and what did it feel like? So what did it feel like the last time you felt truly happy? You know, spend some time really remembering what was that feeling. When was it? Was it that trip? Was it, you know, sitting in the park with your family? Was that a meal? Was that, you know, abroad? Was that... And sometimes it's just about being comfortable with yourself, and what did it feel like? What does that true happiness mean, and what does happiness mean to you? And then we have the third one is, what can you do to bring more happiness in your life? So what could you do to bring more happiness in your life? So really start looking at the things that feel good, and what other ways you can bring more happiness into your space on a day-to-day basis. So that just might mean, okay, so I'm going to affirm that I'm going to have a wonderful day. Any negative energy is going to bounce off of me. I'm going to learn all the lessons that is necessary. I'm also going to love and give with gratitude. I'm going to be peaceable. You know, whatever it is, you know, to bring more happiness in your life. And then your affirmation, I choose happiness and I hold love and joy in my heart. I choose happiness and I hold joy and love in my heart. Okay. So again, what does happiness mean to you? You know, when was the last time you felt truly happy, and what did it feel like? And how can you bring more happiness into your life? You know, I choose happiness and I hold love and joy in my heart. So there is a mixed bag, Divine Feminines. I am happy to see that you guys are working through stuff. Some of you are braving a bit of a stormy feeling. Maybe this is anxiety, maybe that's what that stormy thing, maybe that's in your stomach, in your head, maybe that's, remember I said, earlier on I said about the feelings of needing to push through things. Maybe there was anxiety but still needing to move through it, and that's being brave, you know. So yeah, I'm going to clarify what this brave card is speaking about, and then I'm going to look into the abundance angels and look into what's going on with love as well. Clarify brave. What the Divine Feminine is being brave about? What is this brave? Okay. So I can and I will brave, okay? So we've got the Knight of Wands. So some of you are being brave in how you are conducting your actions, how you're conducting yourself, you know, that passionate moving forward. You know, maybe you're being brave with speaking about your ideas, maybe saying that there is a way that we can do things better. Maybe you have a new way of doing things and it might be controversial. Maybe it might be you're not necessarily somebody who is the ideas person, and maybe you just need to be brave in, you know, being that person. I've got an idea, you know, I've got a business proposal, this is what I think we can do. You know, some of you just being brave in starting up your own businesses. You know, brave with asking about collaborations and collaborating with people. If you're someone who enjoys just to do things on your ones, you know, there is a lot of energy where maybe you are somebody who usually works a part of a team, and now it's about you stepping out on your own, you know, passionately, bravely, saying I can do this on my own, and I will. I don't need to wait on anybody. I've got enough expertise, I've got enough skills and natural talent to take me further. And if there's anything that I don't know, I'm going to learn and I'm going to make it happen. And that is what this Knight of Wands speaks about, this passionate moving forward to the things that you want, and I love that because it's that vibration of doing, so it makes sense that it comes up with, under the I can and I will, because that's an action card, and the wands are a fire sign energy, so that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius as well. You don't necessarily have to be those signs, but this is the fire energy that we're speaking about here. For some of you are being brave around how you are speaking about the things that you want. I've put in all this work. Maybe you're brave to ask for a raise, a promotion. Maybe you are brave enough to say, I'm going to raise my status, I'm going to raise the way I do things. I can live a luxurious life, and I will. I work really hard. Maybe this means I'm going to travel. This is about your luxury and the fruits of your labor and the stability, and feeling as though you are where you're meant to be. There is a beautiful energy around your future. There is a braveness around sort of commanding what you will. Maybe you're going in with your manifestations, and there is some real real intentional manifestations, rituals that you're doing. Maybe you're calling on the Most High in a more diligent way. You're trying to be more grounded, because Pentacles is about earthly things. So we're talking about tangible, but also grounding. Connecting with the nature, connecting with source. Getting more detailed and more bold and more intentional and focused. So I can see that I can and I will make sense for this King of Pentacles energy. Somebody is like, I can have that life, and I will do that, with the skills and the abilities that I have, and I'm passionately moving towards these things because I have worked hard and I deserve it. And for some of you, you're like, listen, I can take a break. The world is not going to stop without me pushing everything all the time, being the person who picks up the slack all the time. This is about, the Four of Wands speaks about rest and rejuvenation. You've really worked hard on things, and maybe you've just been pushing. Maybe this is just, an energy around being a parent, being an entrepreneur, really balancing that work-life balance, your spirituality versus, what's going on, and going back to this energy with the King of Pentacles energy, maybe taking a rest from the real hard labor and relaxing. This is luxury. This King of Pentacles talks about luxurious. So maybe you are relaxing and resting on a beautiful massage table. Maybe you're getting a Reiki healing session. Because this King of Wands energy is definitely about the grounding and about causing ourselves to look at what we deserve and what we want. This is that luxurious space, and this is, the wonderful earth sign. So we're talking about that Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus energy. And as we're in Taurus season, we know that it's all about luxury. It's all about treating yourself. It's all about, indulging a little bit as well, especially if you know that you've really worked hard and there is actions that you're taking. You deserve it. You've taken the actions that are necessary. If not, you will be taking the actions. You will see things to becoming so much more better for you. Things will become lucrative. You will see your lifestyle change. And I think it's just about being brave and saying, I can do that, and I also can take the time to rest and rejuvenate and come back with a renewed sense of self and things will not fall around your ears. This is an energy of, keeping things going. So I really love that. And then we have empathy. Okay, so let's see what this empathy energy is in relation to. Oh, lovely. So for some of you, you are definitely feeling empathy around somebody who is in this Nine of Swords energy. Swords are about the mind. It's about thoughts. And the Nine of Swords speaks of insomnia, anxiety, worry. So maybe you are feeling those around you right now who are going through a lot of downloads, a lot of shifts right now. There is a lot of healing taking place. And I feel that it's very much to do with, what's the word for it? It's very much about finding common ground with somebody and saying, I get it, you're not the only one, I've been there. Or possibly going through this at the same time as somebody. I feel you, where you're at. And maybe the whole point of it is that you feel connected, that you support, but you don't get pulled down into this energy as well. Because you're finding a way out. You recognize that there is a space for movement. There is anxiety around how things are going to look. And remember, the how isn't yours. And a lot of the anxiety is looking at the how am I going to do this? It's not about you doing all the heavy lifting. And then we also have here the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is that untapped potential for blessings, for opportunities. This is the big opportunity card. This is being open to the universal energies of, grace, oneness, prowess, confidence, the ability to move mountains, the ability to feel confident in your movement, and taking these opportunities on board. So I feel as though what can come out of you being an empathetic person is the opportunities to support. Maybe you say, I'm so good at, being the agony, or I'm so great at supporting. Maybe I, do a course, and I'm going to do a course on counseling, or I'm going to want to be a mentor or a coach. I'm going to support people. Maybe you want to, you empathize with people who are homeless, and maybe you want to do something with supporting, those who are in that state, and you want to support and build an initiative around that due to your care and due to, your level of empathy with people's plight. So that's very, very great as well, just to see. So let's see with this happy now. Let's see what's going on. Why is everybody bouncing? Oh, no wonder. The Ten of Cups. So some of you are happy because things in the household are just cool right now. Everything's not necessarily perfect, but you feel happy, you've got lots of smile about you. That, look, I've got bare blessings. I've got a wonderful partner, wonderful children, or if you are single, I'm sorting out my household, I'm happy with where I live, I'm happy with my mindset right now, I'm happy with how I'm viewing myself, I'm so much more confident, my emotions are leveled, I give my emotions the time it needs, I'm open with how I feel. But right now I feel great. The Ten of Cups is happiness. This is wish fulfillment. This is happy families. This is feeling comfortable in your space. This is lots of blessings. And I'm happy that you're happy, and I'm happy that you're able to see even through the mazza, because like I said, there are things going on around. Cups are emotions. So we know that it's still emotions. There's still things that are going on to work towards that 10. But those who are feeling great, it's that you can see your blessings, through the midst of all of the madness. So I'm thankful to see that. And I'm like, yeah, man, big up you. Go there with your sense of self and, balancing your self-worth and how you feel, and the fact that you know that you deserve to have stability, love, compassion, your wish fulfillment. And then we have the world. Yes. You know that you have so many opportunities to travel, to take on opportunities that are, some of them are not things that you've even thought of, but you're bouncing at the excitement of what the world has to offer. And that you know that the world's your oyster and you just need to grab it with two hands. And it's one of the most beautiful feelings right about now, and it's wonderful. So I want to get an abundance card for the divine feminines across the board. You know, make it plain. Just far too many cards just jumping out. Some are dropped on the floor. I'm not going to take those. I'm going to reshuffle. So I feel as though there is a clear message. Can you please make it clear? What is the energy around abundance for the divine feminine, please? Thank you. Oops. Okay. So, divine feminine, so the energy is as follows: windfall of abundance. So yeah, there's going to be lots to smile about. We already saw the King of Pentacles here. We know that there is lucrative things coming up when you are brave and you take that leap of faith and you know that you've worked towards stuff. So it's only right that the universe will yield you with all of the love that you've been giving, you know. So it says, windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. See, and that makes sense. Like I was saying, that charitable work, that supporting, that empathy energy that you have, and the opportunities that you have to support other people with that charitable work, your health and your life purpose while you're here, and the things that you want to do. So the braveness, you know, in taking on these tasks, you know, I can, I will, you know, the fact that you are an empathetic person, you can feel the need, you know, and because of that need and because of that feeling, you want to be able to do that. And then the happiness that you get from living your purpose and serving your community, you know. And there's a windfall of abundance when you do that, you know, when you're open to that space, you know, where it's about that equal give and take, and you're just going with what's genuinely inside. So we have savings. You are consistently safe. What? One second. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of self-care and a path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So that was like a big that. So why can't I speak? So as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. Okay, so put something away each time, yeah? Maybe it's like 10%, you know. This is a part of your self-care and the path to feeling secure as you focus on your life purpose. So again, this life purpose energy has come up again. So where there's windfall of abundance, where things are coming up, put something aside for your future, for a rainy day, so that you're able to constantly feel comfortable that you're going to be alright, and that you put things into practice for the future. So we've got unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to the unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So like I said, those ideas of wanting to support, to do something that is divinely led. You feel comfortable, you're taking all the opportunities, even though there is nerves and anxiety around it. You know, you want to live better, you want to have a different status in life, you know, and you know you will be happy because there is contentment. You'll be able to you know, support everyone around you in a different kind of way. So that's actually amazing. I'm really glad to see that. So let's see what's happening with your significant other. And I know this also could be platonic for those who are not necessarily in relationships. This could also be about someone who's coming in as well. So let's see what's going on with love with the divine feminine. What's the message? What's the message? What's the message? Divine feminine. Thank you. Okay. So we have friendship. Successful couples are good friends. So successful couples are good friends. So it's all about that friendship. And I think it stems from that empathy. We recognize each other's journey, and I think where there is so much bonding through reasoning, you know, working through the triggers, you know, and just speaking about who you are, where you're going, you know, and starting up as friends, working out who you are, you know, and what you both want from your future. You can have the Ten of Cups that is here, but it's best, the best relationships or the best couples are those who are friends. So for those who are not in relationships, possibly a friend is where it's at, you know, so don't be surprised if someone comes and lets you know that they've been feeling you for some time, and they just feel confident to say because you've just been there for them. You know, you've just played a huge role, you know, and they want to take things further. Or for those who are already in relationships, remember that it's about being a friend first, you know. And then we have choices. Pause before you choose. Okay, so before you choose to jump into this relationship or any relationship, take some time. You know, pause, decide what you feel like. It's just time for review. So you review where you're feeling, what you want, what makes sense for you right now, and it always has to be your highest good that has to be at the forefront. So your choices is me, choose you, you know. And then we have abundance. Be open to accept an abundance of love. There you go. So there is an abundance of love. We've got that Ten of Cups, you know. Be open to it, you know, especially for those who are not in relationships, and maybe you're not even trying to hear that. Maybe just be open to the abundance of love platonically and from the universe and from your ancestors and the spirit guides and the Most High. Be open to that love and that abundance because it's definitely here for you. We have commitment. Congratulations, it's time to celebrate. So for some of you, this Ten of Cups energy is for those who have made that real commitment. Maybe you have decided that marriage is the way forward. We're moving in together, we're having a baby, you know, we're going hard on a car, you know, we're going hard on a business, you know, we're going to be doing stuff together. So definitely a time to celebrate. Somebody has made it official, somebody has decided that they want to commit, they're ready to. So I'm glad to see that. And then we have heaven. Your loved ones are always with you. So this is a message from the heavens, you know, from that realm. You know, no one ever dies. It's the energy just changes form, you know, and you are never alone, you know. Anybody who is not here in the physical is around you in spirit, you know, so your loved ones are always with you. Okay, so for those who are really feeling that thick energy and it's mainly towards grief or loss or you just miss someone, this is the type of conversation that I would have had. They had a lot of empathy for me. They always understood where I was coming from. You know, they made me feel brave. You know, they made me happy or whatever it is, but they are always here. Okay, so lastly, let's see what advice the animal spirits have for you. Divine Feminines, what advice do you have? Thank you, Lord. What advice do you have for the, that's that, okay, and this. Okay, so the first one we have is number 45, Parrot Spirit, watch your words. So watch your words. You are wanting to manifest the things that you desire. So watch your words, watch the negative connotations, watch the limited mindset and the language that is used. So watch your words. So the Parrot Spirit is saying watch your words. The universe is listening. Number 66, White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Trust in the magic that is happening behind the scenes. You have your loved ones there, the ancestors working on your behalf. You have the Most High sprinkling. You are the great manifester. So trust in the magic that's happening. And like I said, not all of this stuff is the heavy lifting is yours. That's where this anxiety is coming from, like the how's it going to work? You're trying to constantly work out how you can do all these things in the physical, where the heavy lifting is done in the spirit realm. So you pray, you put out your petition, you act as if, you affirm, you become what it is that you want. And then we have number 37, Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. So again, share, share who you are, be generous. The world needs to feel what you have to offer, so especially for those who have got that empathy, especially for you to be brave. You feed off of we feed off of one another, so be generous of spirit. And then lastly, number 2, Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. So be ready, life is speeding up, and it will do so because we can see that there is abundance coming. We've got the Pentacles here, we've got the Abundance Angel talking about the windfall, so things are about to go down, especially for those who have started something brand new. So that has been your reading, Divine Feminines. What I'm going to do, if you've made it this far, thank you. And please, if you can put a heart, any colour, in the comments, that will just know that we are open to the abundance of love and the abundance of support. That is through love, through light. So wonderful. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. And for your personal readings, to converse with me one-on-one, all the information is in the description box below, and I look forward to connecting with you. That's one of my most favourite things, aside from doing the videos, is the one-on-ones and the personal readings. So I look forward to connecting with you, and you have a blessed one. And remember, all is well. Be brave. Yeah. That empathy energy is supporting you as much as anybody else. Just don't be sucked into what everybody else is feeling, and smile, laugh and bounce, because happiness did it. Much love. Blessings to you.